NFF President Ibrahim Gusau has confirmed that Coach Eriche will stay with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, where he has begun an intensive work to scout some young talented players that are eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So welcome back to Let's Go Sports. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do that right now so that you won't miss any of our exclusive content about Super Eagles of Nigeria. So let's dive in. Coach Eriche will stay with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So he has begun an intensive work where he is scouting talented and young players that are eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So let's look at 8 players that are eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria that Coach Eriche is currently working on. The first player on our list is Alessandro Marcandalli. Alessandro Marcandalli was born by an Italian father and a Nigerian mother on 25th October 2002. Alessandro played as a centre-back for a Serie A club, Genoa, and he has represented Italy in the youth level, but he haven't represented their senior team yet, so which makes him eligible to switch his international allegiance to Nigeria. And Coach Eriche has been working closely, and he has been working and scouting this player. Following his recent comment, in quote, he said, "I haven't thought about it yet. I have time to make that decision. When the time comes, I will receive a call-up, then I choose." He stated, discussing the parent route, he added, "I was last in Nigeria when I was 10 years old, but I would like to return soon. It is a land rich in history and culture, my mother's homeland." End of quote. You can see what Alessandro Marcandalli said in his recent interview. He has acknowledged his root that he is a Nigerian and he will definitely return when he received his first call-up by Coach Eriche and the Nigeria Football Federation. So let's move on to the next player on our list. Gibson Osahumen is a talented midfielder who played for Eredivisie club Volendam. He was born to Nigerian parents in Amsterdam on 27 September 2003. So as we speak right now, he haven't represented Dutch senior national team, where he formerly represented them at the youth level, and with this is eligible to switch his international allegiance to Super Eagles of Nigeria, in as much as he haven't played for Netherlands senior team yet. So he is also one of the key players Coach Eriche has been working closely on recently, and he has been scouting this young talented player and definitely hand them their first call up to play for Nigeria. And this time around, Coach Eriche has been working hard to convince these young talented players to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So let's move on to the next player on our list, Emmanuel Fernandez. Emmanuel Fernandez was born on 17 July 2001, where he's currently playing as a defender for Ranger Club, and as you speak is eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria through his grandmother roots. And this talented player, talking about Emmanuel Fernandez, he has acknowledged his root that I am a Nigerian. And definitely let's see what Coach Eriche will do to handle this talented defender his first call up to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I know he has been working closely with this new talented player, scouting them and raising. He was spotted the last time at Olympique de Marseille, where he's also scouting the Arsenal talented young player in one area. And this time, these are the set of players Coach Ereche has been working closely at the background so that he will convince them and finally bring them back to Nigeria and play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's see how it goes, and definitely maybe finally Emmanuel Fernandez will receive his first call up from the Nigeria Football Federation under Coach Ereche regime. So let's move on to the next player on our list. Carney Chukwuemeka is a talented and former Chelsea midfielder where he's currently play for a Bundesliga club, Borussia Dortmund, and a lot of speculation going on by the media right now that Carney has committed future for Austria instead of Nigeria, because in his recent statement that if Nigeria finally make it to World Cup 2026, that he is much available to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But as it is right now, we don't know what will happen by the time FIFA pass its final verdict on the NFF petition against DR Congo regarding ineligible case. But as for now, the media are saying different things, that Carney Chukwuemeka has played a feature for Austria instead of Super Eagles of Nigeria, but he is eligible to play for England, Austria, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's see what Coach Ereche will do in this situation. Maybe he will finally convince him and handed him his first call up to Super Eagles of Nigeria. Thereby, and don't forget, he haven't represented England at their senior level. This time around, Carney Chukwuemeka is eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria under FIFA rule. So let's move on to the next player on our list. Okonkwo has been approved by FIFA to switch his international allegiance to Nigeria, and this one is done and dusted. Okonkwo is a Nigerian player. As we speak, it has been confirmed and approved by FIFA that Okonkwo is a Nigerian player. Let's see when Coach Ereche will handed him his first call up and to be part of Super Eagles squad. So Okonkwo has been confirmed and approved by FIFA to show his international allegiance to Nigeria. So let's move on to the next player on our list. Tosin Adarabioyo. Tosin Adarabioyo was born in London by Nigerian parents, where he played as a defender for the Premier League club Chelsea. Is currently playing for Chelsea right now. Is one of the key players for Chelsea. Tosin has not featured for the Three Lions of England, thereby is much eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And don't forget that last year he visited Nigeria, where he met with the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and also is working on a new academy in Nigeria. It's one of the players that are developing Nigerian grassroots football. So I think with this, Coach Ereche can use that influence to hand him his first call up and also convince him to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think he will be part of Super Eagles squad if Coach Ereche serious with his conviction. He will finally grab Tosin to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because he has so much interest in Nigeria. I tell you, Tosin have much interest in Nigeria. With this, Coach Ereche can easily convince him to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And don't forget, he haven't represent England senior team, the Three Lions, in any competition, which makes him much eligible to switch his international allegiance to Nigeria under FIFA rule. So Tosin is eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let's move on to the next player on our list. Caleb Okoli. Caleb Okoli is currently playing as a center back for Championship club Leicester City. And don't forget that some Super Eagle players, the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, Wilfred Ndidi, Kyle Ekeme, and Lukman Ademola has also played for this club before, and with this I think Coach Eriche can use this means to convince Caleb Okoli to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria despite representing Italy in the youth level. But as we speak, he haven't featured in any game for their senior team, so he haven't played for Italian senior team, and this makes him much eligible to switch his international allegiance to Nigeria. Under FIFA rule, Caleb Okoli is still eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria if Coach Eriche can intensify his follow-up to these talented players that are eligible to play for Nigeria. And don't forget, this is what Coach Eriche is currently doing. There's a rebuilding process going on for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Don't be shocked that talented player will start trooping in to join the Super Eagles team. And as we speak, that's what Coach Eriche is doing. Let's see who will be the first player to be called by Eriche and handed him his first call-up to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And don't forget, he's still working with Arsenal talented attacking midfielder Ethan Nwaneri. He's still following his progress and scouting him so that convince this guy on time so that England will not steal him away. That's what fans are saying, that Coach Eriche needs to intensify his follow-up to these talented players. Grab them at once and give them their first call-up, and very soon all the European clubs will go for break for the international friendlies, and I think this is an opportunity for Coach Eriche to act fast and convince this player on time and handed them their first call-up to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So finally on our list, Lesley Ugochukwu, who is currently playing as a center midfielder for Premiership club Burnley, where he made 25 appearances this season so far and scored 3 goals with 2 assists to his name. And I think these players are in their best form right now. So Coach Eriche needs to act fast. You need to intensify your visit and follow up so that you will scout this guy and convince them on time to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. No, he has represented Italy in the youth level, but Lesley Ugochukwu haven't played for Italian senior national team, which makes him eligible to play for Nigeria. Under FIFA rule, Lesley Ugochukwu is still much eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria if Coach Eriche can make his finding very well and intensify his follow-up to these young talented players that are available and ready, also eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So fans, what do you have to say about this, as Coach Eriche has been granted a stay in Super Eagle job, and as well is working hard right now and scouting talented young players that are eligible to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But he needs to be very fast. He needs to be very fast in what he do this time around, so that England are watching. If you make any wrong steps, they will steal all this player away. And this is what we have for you. Drop your thoughts in the comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Let's Go Sports, and we will see you in another one.